Good morning, Facebook family and friends. Thank you all for visiting my page, for praying with me, for commenting on my posts. Thank you all for also viewing my TikTok page and my YouTube page. There's a lot of good things on both. A lot of funny videos on the TikTok page, and a lot of good videos, funny videos, family videos, different messages that I have brought forth on my YouTube page and my Facebook page. So please visit me, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. It'll be a blessing. If not, God knows. This morning I'm coming to you all. Thank you for giving me a little time on your Sunday morning. But I'm coming to you all with a little project that, as I was doing my Bible reading this morning and my meditating and studying, God gave to me a little project, and I felt in my heart that He told me to share it with all my viewers and followers on my pages. So this will be on all three pages: my TikTok page, my YouTube page, and my Facebook page. And again, thank you all for viewing, liking, commenting, and subscribing. But this little project that I am doing, I would like for you all to do it with me if you would. And basically it is asking you a question, a very important question. And the question is, what do you value most? What do you value most? It gave us 5 questions of what to sum up what we value most. The first question is, what do you spend most of your time doing? There's many things that a lot of people spend most of their time doing. That's a very important question. And sometimes we don't even reflect on what we're doing, or what has majority of our attention, or what makes us angry the most, or what makes us happy the most, or what fulfills us, or what takes from us. We don't even value this. We don't even think on this because we do it so much that it becomes familiar to us that we don't even think on it. It's like breathing. It's just something that happens. You don't think about breathing until you can't no more. So it's just something that happens. Number 2, what do you spend most of your time thinking about? What do we think about? What's always on your mind? I don't care what else is added or taken away. This certain thing is always on your mind. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It doesn't have to be all good things, but it's always on your mind. It's something that you value the most. Okay? When you are about to fall asleep at night, what are you thinking? What are the things going through your head? When you're about to fall asleep, when you're getting ready to settle down, when your end of your day has come, when everyone is quiet and still, what's going on in your mind? What thoughts are you thinking about? And it's not just one time, but it's the majority of the time that this same thought is going on through your head. Number 4, where does most of your money go? What do you spend majority of your money on? Every time you get paid, every time you get a little money, every time anybody gives you something, what do you spend the most of your money on? They gave us some examples: clothes, shoes, video games, cars. What do you spend most of your money on? Furniture, food, what is it? What do you spend most of your money on? And then number 5, if you came home from school or work and discovered that someone has broken in and robbed your home, what would be the first thing you would run to check to see if it was still there? What would be the first thing that you would would hope and pray they didn't touch, they didn't take, they didn't destroy, they didn't bother, they didn't even see? What would you think would be the first thing? I know that question is going to bring a lot of different answers. And it could be more than one, but the first thing that you're going to run and check, the first thing you're going to look around and look for, the first thing, if it's gone, you might even do a whole report. I mean, you go, this thing, what is it? Now that you have answered these questions, and I do hope you gave the honest answer, not the right answer, not the answer you think that everybody want to hear, not the answer you think that is politically right, not the answer that you think that is best for the situation, but the right answer, your honest answer, the correct answer, not the right answer. Right answers are answers that we think people want us to say. We think people want to hear. But the correct answer is that answer that just might get you unfriended, talked about, ridiculed, disrespected, alone. That correct answer is the answer that you want to be honest to yourself. So this is a self-evaluation. This is about you. This ain't about nobody else. So nothing you say that you think I want you to say gonna help you. Answer it correctly, because this is for you. Do you still, now that you have answered these questions with the correct answer, do you still have the same answer for what you value most? I asked you all before we started, what do you value most? Then you asked yourself and you answered these questions with the correct answer. Now, is it the same? Is it the same? After you answered these questions with your correct answer, is it the same what you value most? Is that question the same? Is that answer the same as it was before we started this little experiment? Was it the same? Here is why we're answering these questions. Most of us would agree that we want God to do unmeasurably more through us than we could ever do on our own. The problem? Often our lives are so full of other things that we aren't giving God space to actually move through us. That's why we need to make room. The purpose of this little experiment this morning was for you to see what you value most, what you do most, what you spend most of your time on, your money on, your attention on. What's more important to you? Sometimes we do more unharmful things. Like yesterday, I watched TV all day long yesterday. Now, don't get me wrong, I did read my Bible and I did do my Bible study and I did say my prayers. But I spent the rest of the day watching TV. Went about 8:30 to between 8 and 9-ish. I got up, took my shower, got in bed, went to sleep. I mean, I'm not saying that my Bible study and my reading the Bible and the Bible study and the prayers wasn't spending time with God, but during the rest of those hours that I was just binge watching a series on Hulu, I could have spent more time with God. I could have spent time with my family. My son did come over. I gave him a good about maybe 15 minutes of my attention. My sister called. I gave her about maybe 35 minutes of my attention. But majority of my attention was on that movie. I'm not saying I did not need the relaxation and the loneliness and the quietness after, work, a week of work, and you trying to make sure everything is right around the house and going to work and making sure the kids are good and the spouse is good and your family's. I'm not saying you're not needing this, because I needed that yesterday. But did I spend my whole time wisely? That would have been my question to myself. What am I spending my time wisely on? What am I doing that's going to benefit me later on? What am I doing that I need to do that's going to help me? The Bible said, lay up your treasures in heaven, where not rust or moth do collect, where thieves do not break through and steal. Because where your treasures is, your heart will be also. What we spend most of our time on doing, building up, making, is where our heart is. Is there enough room? Now ask yourself, are you giving God enough room in your life? Does he have enough space to work in you and through you? Are you making a way for God to live in you? Growing up, my grandmother showed me, she taught us a message, and it was saying that the doorknob is on the inside. God is standing at your door knocking, but the lock is on the inside. We have to unlock the door and open it. He's not going to break it down, and he's not going to make us open it. He's patient, but he's also just. You want to know why there was a tree of good and evil in the midst of the Garden of Eden that Adam and Eve was told never to touch it? Because God gave man free will. He gave man a choice. Even though he'll give you everything you need, everything you desire, everything you ask for, he'll still give you a choice to choose good and evil. Had not that tree ever been there, we wouldn't have known what it was to have a choice. Because God made everything perfect for man. And he gave man authority over everything. He even gave man a woman. So he made everything perfect for man. But if that's the case, then we robots. Then we machines walking around here. And that's not the case. So he had to put that tree in the midst of the Garden of Eden. And he had to tell us, whatever you do, you can have anything here. Just don't touch that tree. And the time that you touch it, you will die. Not a physical death, but a spiritual death. Because sin separates us from God. And the sin that Eve and Adam committed was disobedience. God told them not to, and they did it. Same thing we do every day. But people want to question the Bible. But we do it every day. When you're driving down the street and you come up to a stop sign or a red light, the laws say do not go. You can choose to go if you want to. And whatever circumstances come out of that, comes out of that. It's a choice. What I don't understand is, what's the difference in us and the world, the laws of the world, and the doctrine of God? What's the difference? We still got choices. And no matter what, we have consequences with our choices, whether they be good or bad. So in doing this, let's step back and look at our answers. What do you spend most of your time on? What do you spend most of your money on? What do you spend most of your attention thinking about? What's most important in your life? What do you value the most? Because whatever that is, that's who you are. That's where you are in your life right now. That's what's important to you. That's if it was taken away, it would destroy you. That's where you feed from, where you get your strength and power from, what motivates you, what encourages you, what builds you up, and it's also what tears you down, destroys you, weaken you. The same thing that builds you up is the same thing that destroys you and tears you down. So challenge yourself. Use the questions to make a list of what you value most. Put the things on that list in the order of how much time, energy, attention, and money you spend on those things. Let this be a visual representation of what you value most today. Once you have made the list, ask this question: are my values really in the order I want them to be? Are you really living the life in the perspective of the life that you really want to live? What's most important to you? Your family's wealth, your self-wealth, your health, the order of your life, how you run your life? Is time very important to you? Are people important to you? Your pets, your plants, your furniture? What is it? What do you value the most? What's so important to you today and every day of your life? When you get up in the morning, what's the first thing on your mind? Is it your to-do list? Because you're a busybody, so as soon as you hit the flow, you got to do it. This is very important. It's a lot to think about. But remember, if it's not right, only you can change it. Be blessed. Thank you.